Are you? That's right, you, right in there. Are you living the self-love life? Do you know what the self-love life is? Well, today is Self-Love Saturday. And on Self-Love Saturday, we make a huge little presence of self-love in our life. And what we do is we tap ourselves on the shoulder and we share, today is Self-Love Saturday. And today is a day that I'm going to make sure that even if all the rest of the week I'm completely busy, today I can put myself first in some which way, shape, or form. So again, the question of the day is, are we still going? Are you living a self-love life? That's the question of the day. So if you are living a self-love life, you are willing to say, guess what? I love this idea of Self-Love Saturdays. I love the idea of loving myself enough that once a week, it should be every day, and it will be every day. But let's just start out simple. Let's just start out easy. Let's just start out with Self-Love Saturdays. And what we do is we bring ourselves to the table of life with all the desserts that we can choose, and we choose us. We choose ourselves first. And on this day, we plan things and we do things that bring ourselves to this life of living a self-love life. And how we do that is we start with connecting to our soul. You know, it's really hard to live a self-love life when you're completely disconnected. You know, we're all spiritual beings living in this human experience, and here I am in this human body, and I could get very stuck to what's going on around me and every single thing that happens and all the negativity and all the news and maybe something I don't like about myself on a personal level. I mean, I could get, maybe it's somebody else I don't like on a personal level. You see where I'm going. We could get stuck on all those things, but Self-Love Saturday is about taking a big breath, closing our eyes, putting our hand over our hearts, and connecting back to our soul. Saturday is Self-Love Saturday. We're living the self-love life, and our soul is first. Because guess what? Your soul's going to make all sorts of beautiful decisions for you. All sorts of things that are going to just be amazing and fantastic. All you have to do is listen. So there's two things you need to do to live the self-love life. So I'm going to give those to you today. And then I'm going to ask you on this Self-Love Saturday to get out and do those two things. Please try. Okay, so very first off, and that is to quiet those thoughts of all the other stuff going on around you. Forget it. Tune your thoughts in to yourself, into your heart, and into your soul. Tune yourself to you. That's the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do. Then the second thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to ask yourself this question. Am I living the self-loved life? Am I living the self-love life? Do you ask yourself that question? I wake up every day completely excited to say this new thing. I just started it not too long ago, a few months ago, and what I found was I wasn't choosing myself first. I wasn't living the self-love life. I wasn't putting aside time for me like Self-Love Saturday. So your question for the week is, am I living the self-love life? And if you're not, how can you get yourself to get more in tune with your soul, more in tune with your heart, and start living the self-love life? Is there a way to do that? Sure there is. So, the question is, am I living the self-love life? Can you ask yourself that question right now? Maybe you might want to put something in the comments. Are you living the self-love life today? Are you doing all that you can to love yourself on this super beautiful self-love Saturday? That is my biggest question for your life today, and that is, are you living the self-love life? And I want you to start really kind of experimenting in how that feels for you personally. The self-love life, how does that feel? Does it feel immensely great? Is there things that maybe you're focusing on or thinking about that maybe you could just let go? Are you not getting in touch with your soul and your heart first before you make yourself step out in the day? So, are you living the self-love life? That's what we're going to talk about this week. And I'm going to leave you with that because next week I'm going to be back here again on Self-Love Saturday. And we're going to talk about the self-love life in a little bit of a different way. A few steps that you can make in your life on a personal level, on a soul level, on a heart level, on a let those negative thoughts go level, so you can live the self-love life. So, namaste. I love you. And I got to just tell you on a personal level, I love living the self-love life. It's changed my life tremendously. And yes, sometimes it's still a struggle. Sometimes things still happen. But the fact of the matter is I get to ask myself that question. Am I living the self-love life? And when you're living the self-love life, you allow things to roll off your back and roll down, and you part from what doesn't serve you. So, live a life that serves you. Live the self-love life.